Imagine this. You walk up to a private jet expecting to board in style, only to be told you can't get on. Sounds crazy, right? But here's the twist. What if you found out that the jet wasn't just any private jet, but your son's jet? And then, to top it all off, your son fires the entire crew who denied you access. This isn't just a family drama. It's a story of power, respect, and unexpected consequences. In this video, we're diving into the shocking story of a mother who faced a humiliating situation only to discover that her son was the one who owned the jet she was denied access to. But the plot thickens as her son takes matters into his own hands, firing the entire crew in a dramatic twist that left everyone talking. Stick with us to find out why this unexpected turn of events went viral, how it sparked heated debates, and what this story teaches us about respect, family dynamics, and accountability. You won't believe how it all unfolds. Stay tuned until the end for the shocking outcome. The story begins with a mother who, like many of us, was just trying to enjoy a smooth and relaxing journey. She had arrived at the airport excited about the upcoming trip, expecting nothing more than the luxury and comfort that came with flying privately. She wasn't just any regular passenger, she was about to board a private jet. But little did she know this wasn't just any private jet. It was one that she would soon be denied access to. As she walked toward the jet, she couldn't help but marvel at its sleek, modern design. The jet was stunning, gleaming in the sunlight with its polished exterior and spacious top-of-the-line features. The kind of jet most people only dream about stepping foot in. It was a symbol of success, comfort, and wealth, everything she had worked for. She was already imagining herself in the plush leather seats, ready to relax and enjoy a first-class experience. But then her world came crashing down. She approached the jet with her luggage in hand, only to be stopped by the crew. There was no welcome aboard or please follow me like she expected. Instead, she was told she couldn't board. Confused and frustrated, she was left standing on the tarmac, completely stunned. How could this happen? This wasn't just any jet, it was supposed to be hers. The crew's cold rejection made no sense to her. What was going on? How could she be denied access to something that was rightfully hers, something she had every expectation of using? It was a moment of pure disbelief, leaving her wondering how something so simple could go so wrong. The situation was only getting more bizarre with every passing second. As the mother stood there in shock, unsure of what to do next, the truth began to unfold. The jet, which had seemed like a symbol of luxury and success, wasn't just any private jet, it was her son's. The young man who had been quietly making waves in the business world had somehow become the owner of this incredible jet, one that many could only dream of. When the mother finally learned that the jet was his, her confusion only deepened. But the real twist came when her son found out what had happened. He was livid. How could the crew have treated his mother this way? His anger wasn't just about the inconvenience, it was about respect. His mother had been humiliated in front of everyone, and that was something he couldn't ignore. He knew that the crew was just doing their job, but they had crossed a line. The mother's treatment was unacceptable. To him, this wasn't just an isolated incident. It was a personal affront. How could anyone in his circle show such disregard for the woman who had been there for him all his life? His reaction was swift and uncompromising. In his mind, this wasn't just a matter of policy or procedure. It was about loyalty and respect for the people who mattered most. He was determined to make sure no one else would ever treat his family this way again. His frustration and hurt were palpable as he made his decision to take immediate action. The crew needed to understand that disrespecting his mother had consequences, and those consequences were about to unfold in a way no one saw coming. After the shock of the incident wore off, the son made his decision. He couldn't let this slide. The crew had crossed a line, and he wasn't about to let that go without consequences. The moment he learned how his mother had been treated, he knew what had to be done. Without a second thought, he made the bold choice to fire the entire crew that was responsible for denying his mother access. The fallout was immediate. The crew, who had once felt secure in their roles, suddenly found themselves without job. It was a shocking turn of events. What was supposed to be a routine day on the job quickly turned into one of the most dramatic moments of their careers. They were blindsided by the severity of the son's actions, and many of them struggled to understand how something that seemed so minor could lead to such a harsh outcome. The company that managed the private jet wasn't prepared for this either. They were caught off guard by the son's decision and scrambled to handle the situation. Behind closed doors, there were tense discussions about the implications of the firing. The company had to balance the need to uphold their policies with the reality that a powerful client, someone with significant influence, had just made a public statement about how far he was willing to go to protect his family. They didn't want to lose him as a client, but they also had to consider their own reputation and the loyalty of the remaining crew members. There was a lot of internal debate about how to manage the fallout. Some employees were sympathetic to the son's decision, seeing it as a rightful response to an unacceptable situation, while others questioned if firing the entire crew was too extreme. The company had to decide whether they would stand behind the son's actions or distance themselves from the controversy. The pressure was mounting on both sides, and no one quite knew how this story would unfold next. But one thing was clear. The son had made a statement, and it was one that no one would forget. As the story of the son firing the entire crew spread, it quickly became a hot topic. People everywhere started weighing in on the situation. Some were completely supportive of the son, praising him for standing up for his mother and showing that family comes first. They felt his decision was a clear message about respect, something that in their eyes was sorely lacking from the crew. They argued that no matter the circumstances, no one should treat family this way, and the son was right to take a firm stance. Others, however, had a different view. They were critical of the son's actions, questioning whether firing the entire crew was an overreaction. These critics felt that while the crew's behavior may have been inappropriate, the son had taken things too far. Some believed that there should have been a more measured response, maybe a reprimand or a warning, but not a complete dismissal. They argued that the situation was blown out of proportion and that it didn't warrant such drastic measures. The debate was everywhere, especially on social media platforms. On Twitter, hashtags like #RespectForums and #FiredForSpec started trending as users shared their opinions. Some supported the Sun's bold move, while others expressed disappointment, saying it wasn't a professional approach to handling the situation. Facebook groups and Reddit threads were flooded with discussions about what constitutes acceptable behavior in the workplace and whether or not the Sun had acted professionally in the heat of the moment. The story sparked a deeper conversation about the balance between professionalism and personal values. Was it right for the Sun to prioritize his mother's dignity over the norms of professionalism? Or was it a wake-up call for organizations and employees to remember that respect should always come first, no matter the job? People were torn. Some felt the Sun had every right to protect his family, while others warned that emotions like anger and hurt should never dictate business decisions. The discussions were passionate, with both sides offering compelling arguments, and no one could agree on the right answer. What started as a story about a mother being denied access to a private jet had turned into a debate about professionalism, respect, and the lines between personal relationships and business. It seemed like everyone had an opinion, and the conversation was far from over. This incident may seem like just another viral story, but its significance goes far beyond the shocking twist of a Sun firing a whole crew. At its core, this event highlights deeper issues of respect, family, and accountability issues that are often overlooked in both personal and professional settings. The way the crew treated the mother, denying her access to something she had every right to, shows just how easily respect can be lost in the workplace, even when the stakes seem small. It's a reminder that every action has consequences, and how we treat others, especially those in positions of power or privilege, can have far-reaching effects. For the Sun, this was about more than just defending his mother. It was a statement about the value of respect in his life. In his eyes, family comes first, and no amount of professional protocol or corporate rules should stand in the way of that. This wasn't just an emotional decision. It was a reflection of his values and the importance of upholding them, no matter the situation. The way the crew treated his mother crossed a line that he couldn't ignore, and he took action because he believed that accountability mattered. If they weren't going to show respect to his family, then they needed to face the consequences. In the workplace, this incident sheds light on the idea that respect must be earned, not expected, regardless of status. It's a reminder that professionalism should never come at the cost of decency or kindness. The Sun's reaction to the crew's behavior was an example of taking a stand when things go wrong, but it also raises the question of how we can all do better in our day-to-day interactions. It's easy to let small acts of disrespect slide, but this story shows that allowing that behavior to continue can lead to bigger problems down the line. The lessons here are clear. Respect should always be mutual, whether you're in a family dynamic or at work. Accountability is crucial, and sometimes standing up for what's right means making tough decisions. But perhaps most importantly, we are reminded that actions have consequences, and we should always consider how our treatment of others might impact the bigger picture. Whether in business or personal life, standing up for those we care about isn't just a gesture. It's a statement about who we are and what we stand for. To recap, this shocking story began with a mother being denied access to a private jet, only to later discover that her son was the owner. In response to the crew's treatment of his mother, the son made the bold decision to fire the entire crew, sparking intense reactions from the public. While some supported his actions, others criticized him for going too far. The incident raised important discussions about respect, family, and accountability in the workplace. So, what would you do if you were in the son's position? Should he have fired the crew, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories and discussions like this one. Thanks for watching.